We had another incident over the weekend. Yung almost collision or ramming, if you might call it that, ng China Coast Guard sa ating vessels dun sa Scarborough Shoal. That comes after a bit of parang slow down ng tensions or lessening ng tensions between China and the Philippines. What do you think accounts for this? Bakit biglang nagkaroon na naman?
Well, una sa lahat, sir, no? Ang in-explain ko kahapon, I think it's wrong to think na because of the provisional understanding that we have right now with the People's Republic of China sa Ayungin Shoal is already a guarantee na may ease na yung tension sa buong West Philippine Sea. No? That provisional understanding is only applicable to Ayungin Shoal.
Yes, sir.
But it does not apply to the entire West Philippine Sea. No? Now, kung ang tanong is bakit nagkaganito na ulit yung reaction ng China, since January, we have publicized this na ang China Coast Guard has been conducting illegal patrol off the coast of Zambales,
yes,
Ilocos, and even Pangasinan. No? So, since then on, every time we monitor them that they intend to normalize such illegal behavior, kina-challenge natin sila. And what happened last April 6 and April 7, we would like to believe na the intention of the Chinese Coast Guard is only to threaten and intimidate the Philippine Coast Guard because probably they already got tired of the presence of BRP Kabla there. No? That they have been challenging them persistently and telling them that they are violating international law. Other than that, we don't have any other interpreted reason kung bakit nila ginawa ito. But obviously, what they are currently conducting is to normalize such illegal patrol off the coast of Zambales.
Commodore, wala bang attempt na magkaroon din ng provisional agreement sa Bajo de Masinloc, similar dun sa Ayungin? Is this totally off the table or is this a work in progress?
Although, of course, we understand it's not in our control, yung Scarborough, yung Bajo de Masinloc.
Well, first of all, sir, I don't think that we need to have provisional understanding. No? But again, it is subject to the Department of Foreign Affairs and our diplomats to come up with such agreement. But having a provisional understanding is not something that I would really recommend, considering na ang usapin natin dito, it falls obviously within our own exclusive economic zone in Bajo de Masinloc. It only has a distance of somewhere between 115 to 120 nautical miles. So why would we even have such understanding kung alam naman natin talaga atin ito, and it is like more than 600 nautical miles away from the mainland China.
Yes.
Kaya tinatanong yun, Commodore, kasi dun sa Ayungin meron eh. And yung story ngayon from the armed forces, yung daw latest resupply mission sa Ayungin, okay naman, successful daw. So, and the two countries are holding regular meetings, di ba? Iba-iba yung host, hindi ko alam kung sino yung next ngayon. Kaya mas magaling daw kasi ayaw magbigay pareho, both sides ayaw magbigay ng China. Maganda daw siguro kung pag-usapan na lang yung Scarborough.
Well,
so meron bang ganon? Meron bang ganon?
To other government agencies when it comes to their take on this. No? But again, I don't think that we need to come up with such agreement or compromises because in accordance with international law, UNCLOS and the 2016 arbitral award, the People's Republic of China do not have legitimate basis for their historical 9-line claim. It was already invalidated by the 2016 arbitral award.
Yes, sir. But sir, you might say the same thing about Ayungin Shoal. Ayungin din is also within our EEZ, and it's also being claimed by China as part of the 9 or 10-line. However, we still agreed to sort of compromise with China there.
I would rather not comment on that, sir. No?
Okay.
This was already decided by our government.
Okay. Commodore, last week, China conducted a large-scale surprise military exercises around Taiwan, which caused quite a bit of alarm in the region because they sent, 19, 20 warships, dozens of fighter jets to encircle Taiwan. And some analysts were saying Parang hindi na rehearsal, parang hindi na drills, parang rehearsal na for a potential blockade of Taiwan. Put that in the context of our situation. Are we monitoring an increase in similar activities? Or what are you seeing?
Well, to tell you honestly, ma'am, no, what the Philippine Coast Guard is currently making ourselves busy are the presence of the Chinese research vessels in different areas, no? Particularly up north. But we are not really keen in monitoring such military movement on the part of the People's Republic of China.
Itong research expeditions, how long do they usually stay? And what kind of information are they trying to extract here?
Well, the Chinese research vessels are, especially the one up north, no? It entered the exclusive economic zone natin April 2. April 3, they started doing this reverse the navigation pattern. And when we attempted to challenge them through the aircraft, it left and went outside our exclusive economic zone last April 8. So fairly we can say they stayed in our exclusive economic zone for almost 5 to 6 days while they were conducting that marine scientific research. No? So far, is the only instance that we have monitored a Chinese research vessel conducting marine scientific research. If your question is what is their intention, there are very diverse reasons why a state is conducting marine scientific research. It may just be about the tide and current and even the seabed and all. But again, sa sobrang wide ng reasons for such MSR, ma'am, I cannot really speculate what is the real intention of the Chinese government.
Right. But when we challenge them, and I assume by challenge you mean we issue a radio challenge. When we challenge them, ano po yung response nila?
Well, kung ang pinag-usapan natin, ma'am, is yung nasa Batanes. Unfortunately, when our aircraft went there, together with some of the media personalities, it's already outside our exclusive economic zone. Nakalabas na siya sa atin, sir. Ma'am. It's already EEZ ng People's Republic of China na ulit.
Pero anong rules doon, Commodore? Anong rules sa research? Kasi baka naman na-expansion to ng gray zone tactics nila na nadagdag.
Yung research
nadagdag sa Coast Guard nila. Ito naman ngayon, research naman ngayon. Isn't that a possibility?
The Chinese government do not have the authority to conduct marine scientific research within our own exclusive economic zone. That is obviously stated in UNCLOS. So they are basically violating UNCLOS. That's why we want to document and catch them doing the marine scientific research, because we will have enough evidence that they're violating that. On the part of the Coast Guard, we will document that and submit it to the National Task Force for the West Philippine Sea, and hoping that either the Department of Justice or the DFA can take action about such violation of UNCLOS.
Commodore, regarding do sa statement ni Armed Forces Chief of Staff Browner a week ago, tungkol dun sa paghahanda natin sa possibility ng escalation ng tensions or even invasion sa Taiwan. Anong ginagawang preparation ng Coast Guard? Dahil Coast Guard kasi is civilian at yung ating mga OFW na 250,000 ay kinakailangan talaga ng suporta. Anong hinahanda natin tungkol dito? At least specifically sa Coast Guard.
Well, on the part of the Philippine Coast Guard, sir, we have contingencies regarding this, but I'm not authorized to disclose to the public the details of the contingencies for the Philippine Coast Guard.
Okay.
And secondly, I would like to highlight na etong contingencies na to is not about being alarmist and all na sinabi ni General Brown. What he just mentioned is for us to prepare.
Yes.
So I don't think that there is negative on that. Kumbaga parang sinasabi niya lang, we need to prepare about this.
Okay. We'll leave that there. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks, sir.
PCG spokesperson Commodore Jay Tarriela.